to the channel. I'm just gonna get myself sat down and comfortable. I know I mentioned quite some time ago about doing a video, like a tutorial on how I coloured this glass bottle. You may have seen it before. This is from the Fairy Touch of Magic book by Klara Markova, and I coloured this one. I got quite a lot of compliments on the bottle, and I was also myself quite proud of it, so I thought I would share it with you guys on how I coloured it. And it was actually really simple, and it was really effective too. I am going to be using the Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, just because that's what I used on this one. So I just wanted to sort of like keep with the same materials. You can use whatever pencils you would like, any colours. You know, it's not necessarily about the colour choice, it's just knowing where to put it and the pressures that you need of the pencil. So anyways, I have drawn up a little glass bottle. I've tried to keep it similar to the image here, just so that it's easier for me to explain how I did that. And instead of doing a scroll, I've just done some liquid in the bottle. So yeah, first of all, what we're gonna do when colouring the glass, you want to start off with the contents of the bottle rather than jumping straight in and colouring the glass itself. So I'm going to start off with colouring the liquid. I want to do something that's quite contrasting to the colours that I want to colour the glass. So I'm going to go for some purple liquid. I'm just going to pick a couple of colours. Let's have a look. I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with these ones and maybe that one. So let's have a look. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these, so yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to keep this here so you can see the bottle that I coloured previously to the one that I'm doing now. So I am going to start colouring this. I'm going to put a base layer down of the I don't know if you can see that. I hope you all can. Here we go. The manganese violet. I will bring you guys down. You'll have to excuse me. I haven't recorded videos for such a long time because I've been so busy and just, you know, had a lot going on. So yeah, I'm a bit rough around the edges, so you'll have to bear with me. But yeah, I'm going to be using the manganese violet from the Faber-Castell range, which is the 160. And when you're colouring anything underneath glass, you want to be quite light with it. So I'm just going to be very, very light and just put a base layer down on this liquid. Now my bottle isn't very accurate because it literally took me maybe like 5 minutes to draw it up. So yeah, it will do for the purpose of the video. So yeah, I'm just being very, very light. I just want to get a very nice base layer put down, because we will be layering the greens over the top as well. You will also need a white Posca or a white gel pen when doing this as well, just so that you can add your highlights. So now I've got a base layer, I'm going to take the darkest shade of purple that I have, and I'm just going to start shadowing, because you know you're going to see the other side of the bottle through the liquid as well. So that's what you've got to imagine what it would be like looking through a glass bottle, because you can see right through it. It's just different tones and shadows and highlights. So yeah, I'm just going to start darkening up my liquid now. I'm still keeping fairly light pressure because I don't want this to be too dark, because I want to be able to see the green over the top. I will keep this fairly simple for you all as well, because I don't want to make the video too long. I'm just going to darken up this bottom area. And just keeping very light layers. And you will see it does look quite rough at the minute, but as you build up the layers it will soften out and you'll get that really nice finish. I'm now gonna, I'm dropping my pencils everywhere. I did just realise I didn't tell you what colour I was using. So I'm using the purple violet, which is number 136. But now I'm going to go back to the manganese violet, which is 160, and I'm just going to go back in around these edges. This paper is quite toothy as well, so you will see a bit of grain on the paper whilst I'm colouring and building up the layers. I'm just going to do another layer over this base layer of this colour, just to darken it up a little bit. And just like that. Yeah, it does look quite grainy on the camera, but it will smoothen out. So now I'm gonna go in with my colours that I picked out for the glass. Now I've picked out these three because you've got a light, medium and a dark, and these seem to work really well when I done the original one. So hopefully Just double check my pencils. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, these seem to work really well when I did the original one, so I wanted to stick with these and show you guys. So I have picked the 3 shades of phthalo green. So we have the light phthalo green, which is the 162. Then we have the phthalo green, which is the 161. And then lastly, we have dark phthalo green, which is 264. So yeah, we're going to be using those 3 shades to do the glass. So what I want to do is, as you can see with this one, if I move it into frame just a little bit more, I've got the darker shades here, but I've still got quite a light edge. So I'm going to take the medium, which is the phthalo green, and I'm going to start adding where I want my shadows. So I'm going to start off here, because obviously the tip of the bottle is going to be quite light from the reflection. I'm not using heavy pressure, but just enough so that I can see. And then just want to start building it up really. Following the curves of the bottle, you've got to just remember that it is a 3D object. You can see through it, so you've just got to kind of imagine, or just go and get a glass and fill it up with water or coloured liquid or something and just have a look at it and see where the darker areas will be. So I'm going to go in. This isn't going to be as great as my original one, but it's just to help you guys be able to see what's what and know where to put your shadows. And as you can see, I am going over the purple liquid. Just because obviously it's covered in glass, so you want it to have that effect. So I'm just following the shape of the bottle, and you would do the same as well if you had like an object inside the bottle. You would colour it the same way that you coloured, well, I coloured the liquid. You would do it lightly so that you can layer over the top of it but still see that colour underneath. So I'm just gonna follow this up here. And then I'm gonna darken around this area here. I just realised I probably should have coloured the cork bit, but that's fine. I'll just show you guys the main bottle. So just like that, I'm gonna bring this colour out just a little bit towards the outer edge. I'm gonna darken where this line is here as well, and also where the bottom, like the base bit of the bottle is. You would be able to see that through the liquid, so that would be quite dark. So I just want to make sure that that's defined. And maybe just bring it up a little bit and blur out that line. Just gonna darken around here as well. Still keeping quite light touches with the pencil. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, because this side of the bottle will be slightly darker. So just like that. I'm now going to move in with the darker shade, which is the dark phthalo green, which is 264, and I'm just going to start working on these line areas because I don't want the lines to you know, like in your face kind of. So I just want to start darkening that and working out into the next colour. So with colour in this, it's just literally layers. Just build it up slowly, and then you will see by doing that you get a really nice finish, but then you also get almost that translucent effect. So I'm just darkening up these edges. I hope I'm not wobbling that camera too much. I don't want to do, like, this has got to be dark, but I don't want it so dark that you can't see the liquid inside the bottle. So I will probably do a light layer over that afterwards with the purple. And then just darkening up around here, where the shadow would be from the top of the bottle. And just ever so slightly around here. Right, so now I think we've got that down. I'm just going to bring it down a bit around here as well. Right, so now we've got that. That's our, like, so we know where our shadows are going to be. I'm going to take this lightest shade, which is the light phthalo green, which is number 162, and I'm literally just gonna go over the whole thing, not over the whole purple, but all of the greens that we put down already, and just smooth it out. And I'm going to work my way out towards the edges of the bottle, easing the pressure off as I get closer. And almost try to leave like a slightly clear edge, so no pencil like a bit of a gap basically between the line and the coloured pencil, just because that would then become your highlight. For the bottom, I'm going to work my way all the way down to the very edge. And then back to this side again. For the side that's going to be darker, you don't really want so much of this white edge, so because it's closer to the bottom, whether it's on like a surface or like in this one it's in the sand. I've kept this edge quite dark because it's closer to the bottom, so it would be more darker because the light would be coming from the top. I hope I'm making sense. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any tutorials or videos, so you will have to bear with me, guys. I am going to leave a slight white edge on this corner. But the main thing with colouring these glass bottles is just knowing where your light source is going to come in from. I'm going to work in now towards the middle. And just slightly going over to this purple. And we're just basically going to work our way in towards the middle. I'm using medium pressure right now just because I want to slightly burnish it, but not too much. Just so that I get that smoother look. Now these little areas I will be keeping white because it's kind of like the glare from the light. As I'm working in towards the centre of this liquid, I'm easing off of the pressure just so it's to almost just a light touch, so you get a very subtle green shade over the top. I'm gonna work down from here. If you are going to colour a cork on your page, colour that before you do the glass. That was my mistake. So you would do the same as you would if, like, colouring the liquid, you would do a light layer. And because this is all going to be glass through to the other side, I'm just going to do a rough layer of green, well, the light phthalo green, over the top. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the medium shade, which is the phthalo green, which is 161, and I'm just going to add a few more shadows just so it looks like the bottle is kind of curving around on the other side. And then going in to the lighter colour in the middle. And then taking the light phthalo green, which is 161 again, and going back over the top. And then easing the pressure off as you get to the middle. Just like that. I'm going to go back in with the dark phthalo green, which is 264, and I'm just going to fade out these shadows just a little bit. And I find like it really starts to stand out when you add the white from the gel pen or the Posca pen or whatever it is that you decide to use. I'm just going to colour the top bit as well. So I'm going to take the phthalo green, which is 161, and start off on the edges and just kind of do a curving motion, almost a bit like a semicircle. And I kind of want to leave a white edge here just because that will be where the light is going to hit. And now I'm going to take the light phthalo green, which is 162, and go over the top. I'm going to leave a white area here. Now you can use a blending pencil, or you can just go over the top with a white where you want the white areas, or just to sort of give it a more even surface. I'm going to go in with the phthalo green, which is 161, and just try and take the harshness away from this shadow just a little bit. Because I think it was just a tad bit too dark. I'm using medium pressure. that, I'm gonna take, just for this bit here, I'm gonna do a very, very light sort of like just a quick rub over with the pencil, just very, very lightly though. And I'm holding the pencil quite far back as well because I don't want the pressure to be different in certain areas. I want a nice even layer. And like I said, I'm being very, very light. So just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my white pencil, and I'm gonna sort of blend it in the areas where I want the highlights. And I'm using quite hard pressure here as well. And if you do want to go over the picture with the white, you can. Like if you want to blend it out, I'm going to use a blender, like a blender pencil, which I do have here. I'm using the Caran d'Ache 4 blender stick, just because that's my favourite blender, and I'm just gonna go over the top just to smooth out that purple because it was quite rough. But this is a really toothy paper as well, so that probably doesn't help with getting a smooth surface like I have in this one. I'm then gonna take my light phthalo green and just do another light layer over the top. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to take a white gel pen. I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to use the Arteza white gel pen just because I absolutely love them. I'm going to use this in the 0.8. And all I'm going to do is start going over some of these lines. I'm not being too heavy with it. I kind of just want the pen to do its own thing. So that it has like the breaks in it, as if like something was hitting it, giving it that shine. On the very edge though, I want quite a nice full white line. And I'm going to take that all the way up to the tip of the bottle. Now you can use Posca pens, any kind of gel pen, whatever you prefer. I'm gonna go around, just because when you look at a bottle, like there's not really many, you know, you don't see the lines on it if you want it to look realistic. Yeah, there's a lot of highlights on the bottles. Just gonna go over this white just a little bit, just to enhance that light reflection. Probably should have just drew it without the the bottle cork, but never mind. Gonna do the same on this side. And then the same with this one. I'm not being very heavy with the white pen here. I just kind of want to, like I said, let it do its own thing. And the same here. And just go over all of these little highlights. Now, I do like to colour these in just because it makes them a bit brighter white, and if you've gone out the lines at all, then you can just cover it up that way. You could even do this with like white paint if you wanted to as well. Just gonna add a little bit of a highlight there and just go over this line here on the bottom. And these little bits here. So that is pretty much it, I believe. So yeah, that is a bit more of a quicker version of the bottle that I did here. You know, I will actually add some on the line of the liquid. Just like that. Right, so that's that. That was just a quick, simple, you know, easy tutorial on how I did this one. I hope it's helped you guys. I mean, this one is far from perfect, but it was just easier than me trying to find another bottle similar to try and colour, so it made more sense just to draw one to show you guys. But yeah, that's basically how I coloured this one. Obviously, if you have a background in the background of the bottle, like you could see the background through it, then you would colour that the same as you would an object. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it's helped you guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hopefully I'll be bringing a few more videos like this for you soon. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will speak to you all again in the next video. Bye!